Hey, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving or happy post Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Christmas season. So Thanksgiving had some interesting games.
It did have some interesting games. Very
Every
wild
single
games.
actually I called for the Giants to win, but oh, you picked the Giants too. Okay, so let's start with Chicago at Detroit. This is probably the most talked about game this week, probably I would say.
This one led.
Outside of what happened on Monday Night Football.
This led to the firing of Matt Eberflus, the first time ever in the Chicago Bears history they've ever had a fired coach mid-season.
Yeah, well, if the sequence of events is any indicator, yeah, definitely should not be a head
No,
coach.
I remember watching this game against the Bears and Lions. I was just doing my thing, just getting coffee, and I was like, oh, either going to kick a field goal or they're going to call a timeout, and then they're just going to go in overtime. I look up.
Why didn't they call a timeout?
I don't know, dude. Like, that's not on Cam Williams. Cam Williams is a rookie, dude. That's Eberflus. That's all Eberflus.
What was even the thought there?
Dude,
Why did Caleb Williams have overriding decision making over Matt Eberflus? Why did Matt Eberflus not just be like, nah, abort? Like we need to take a time. We need to figure out what's going on. Because at least you could have had like a 15-yard shot, or you could have all right, call timeout. Everybody, all right, where's my special teams at? All right, field goal kickers. Everybody get ready to get into position quickly.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw a 15-yard out. We're gonna throw something over the field. Then we're gonna either throw something over the field that's whatever's open. Open. Just get a guy that's open. That's all I needed to do. Kick the field goal. They should have been playing for the field goal. Instead, you had Caleb Williams call everybody back, waste 30 seconds having everybody get back to the line, only to throw another play that didn't, and everybody knew it wasn't going to work, and the game's over.
Oh no, dude! I remember watching this.
With a freaking timeout. With a timeout.
Yeah, dude. This defied everybody's logic. Look, I literally went to go help mom with the pies. I'm like, okay, this probably kick a field goal and they'll go in overtime. I turn around and I see okay, timeout. You're gonna call a timeout, and then they lose the game. And I'm going, what the heck? And they've not even. The funniest part of this was when the game showed Eberflus's face. During that whole time, he's just like,
he had no idea what was going on.
Dude, he needed to get fired. Like that was strong. Broke Campbell's back. Like you needed to fire that coach. Like everybody was saying it was Eberflus. You lost the locker room. You completely lost the locker room. I mean,
this team was 4-2.
Yeah, but they played bad teams though. To be fair.
Regardless, they were 4-2.
Like they weren't bad. Their defense isn't bad.
Regardless, yeah, they were ahead. Just baffling. It's just baffling decision making. It's just absolutely baffling. It's baffling.
Dude, yeah, the Bears had a chance to get
Thank God he got fired. Bro. I would have fired him on the tarmac. I would have been like, all right, Eberflus, yeah, you're flying home econ, dude.
After
yeah.
the game.
That was a disgrace, dude. Never, ever coach again in this league.
The most shocking thing was they waited a day to fire him.
Shit, man. That's a little harsh. I think Eberflus is a good head coach.
Happy Thanksgiving, fired.
No, actually, no. He's not a good head coach.
He's not a good head coach.
He's a good I think if he was just a coordinator, he would do great.
Yeah, his defense was fine.
The Colts defense that he coached up was great. This is the reason why he got a head coaching gig.
Yeah, well, the Bears defense wasn't bad either this year. Their offense just didn't know what to do.
I think we're slowly starting to realize that the coaches that were like, "Oh, I'm the next head coaching candidate," that they finally took over the job. They're like, "Ooh," they're like, "Ooh," that's what they're talking about.
Well, I think people are finally realizing too that like, hey, maybe every coordinator is not a head coach. Maybe a head coach is a head coach.
And sometimes coordinators are head coaches. Like on that side of the field, Dan Campbell, he was a tight ends coach for forever. But you could tell like, oh, dude, this guy's got him believing.
They need a leader of men, to be a head coach. You need a leader of men to be a head coach in the NFL.
I don't know. This game never fell in doubt, honestly. Like, Detroit was up 16-0. Like, it's Detroit. Like, come on. These guys are the best.
Detroit was just playing with their food again. They were just... I think it was Thanksgiving. They didn't want to go too rough.
Yeah. Speaking of too rough, oh my gosh, this game was abysmal. The Giants lose 20-27. Oh, this game was so bad.
This is the kind of game you go to when you're like, okay, I'm just gonna watch the Macy's Day Parade rerun.
Yeah, this is where you watch the Puppy Bowl instead.
Or this is when you start cooking.
Yeah.
If you haven't already yet.
This is when you start busting out the poker table and you start playing cards with your family instead of watching the game.
This is background noise game.
God, dude.
This is a background noise game.
Okay, I will say this: overshown for the Cowboys, pretty good. Not gonna lie, they might have found a linebacker.
Yeah, it's the Giants.
At pick six in this game, he made all the plays he needed. Okay, that's a sign of a good defensive players when they dominate against bad teams.
I mean, they're playing against Drew Lock.
Yeah. Oh, Cowboys defense dominated though.
Yeah, but
I lost fantasy this week. I lost fantasy because the Cowboys decided to show up.
But again, the Cowboys still don't look good.
Yeah, their defense finally figured it out because they finally moved Micah around. Like, finally, like, I guess Mike Zimmer finally figured out that that's how Dan Quinn used Micah Parsons.
He's finally decided that it's the 21st century to come into the 21st century.
Yeah, and players aren't just one position nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know why. Micah should have never been just a straight up edge rusher. He should have just been like a linebacker like he was in Penn State. Just use him like he did in Penn State.
Yeah. We don't need to talk about
Again,
this
we don't
game
need to talk about this game.
Yeah.
Neither one of these teams make playoffs.
They both suck. These guys, the Cowboys fans are still holding on out hope. Oh, we could still do it. This is the first game they won at home this year. The first game they won at home was November,
and it was by a touchdown to a 2-9.
Fans, it's over. They're done. They're toast.
Their first home game came against a 2-9 Giants.
Can they even make it? If they lose one more game, can they even make it?
Sketchy. I mean, they would have to. They have to win out, and I don't think they're winning out. They're not beating the Eagles. Have they beaten the Eagles yet? Have they played the Eagles yet?
I think they have. I think they got smoked.
They're not beating that Eagles team. Nobody's beating that Eagles team. I'm not saying.
I'm actually curious. Could they theoretically make it? Oh no. Okay, so the Giants already got eliminated. So technically they're not eliminated, but they played the Bengals, Panthers, Buccaneers, Eagles, Commanders. Yeah, they're gonna.
Commanders. They might make a spoiler, but.
This would be. They would have to win. They'd have to beat the Panthers, which the Panthers have actually been playing really well recently.
They have been. They almost beat the Bucs.
Bengals are gonna. They're gonna have to lay. I hope the Bengals are gonna lay an egg this week. And the Eagles. They have to hope that the Bengals and the Eagles both lay eggs, and the Buccaneers don't show up. Because I don't know. I don't think they beat the Commanders twice. I think I'd ride with the Commanders again on that one. But Giants. Let's talk about the Giants a little bit. Giants are just.
You're bad.
They decided why did they benched Tommy DeVito for Big Cock Lock, and he just
that was a mistake. I mean, like Karen,
like no cock lock,
Karen,
dude.
Let's
My God,
be honest. The Giants aren't going anywhere.
I am so happy Denver moved on. I'm happy that Drew Lock's still the positive guy he is, but man, dude, like. Bro,
yeah,
like he can't get it together. He just can't get it together. He can't decide if he wants to be a 3 touchdown quarterback or he wants to be a 3 interception quarterback.
Yeah.
He can't decide. He's got the talent. He's always had the talent. It's the same thing like Daniel Jones. It's like they've always had the talent. They just don't know what to do with the ball. Like, yeah. I mean, still put up 20 points for an off. Tyrone Tracy, man.
He's good. Tyrone Tracy's pretty good.
He's good.
He's not Saquon, but he's good.
Tyrone Tracy needs to work on his hand strength. I think the problem is that the ball keeps getting ripped out of his fingers instead of his wrist.
Also, Karen, they're 2-9. They're not playing for anything this year.
But still, I mean, he's playing for his job.
Well, I know this is the time where you see what you got. This is the time the Giants see what they got.
Yeah, he's got good ability. It's just he might be able. I think he would be a better receiving back purely.
Oh, I think he is too.
Because it's running between the tackles. Just he gets gassed.
He kind of reminds me of like a Patriots kind of running back. You know.
Yeah, he's James White for sure. If he was a James White in an offense, he would be a very valuable player. All right, next we got Dolphins traveling to Packers. Again, another, why did they schedule these games for Thanksgiving?
Dolphins are not beating the stereotype that they can't play in cold weather with this game,
look at the record spread between the two. We have Bears who are 0-5 away, 4-8 Bears going up against, there were the 10-1 Lions before this game versus the 4-7 Bears. We have the 5-7, we have the 5-6 Dolphins going up against the 9-3 Packers at home.
Hey, click on this game. I want
to the 8-3 Packers.
Can you get the stats on this?
For the Dolphins and the
Packers.
No,
because I want to
Josh
point
Jacobs
something. I want to point something about Tua Tagovailoa. So you notice Tua Tagovailoa's stats: 37, 46 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now he had 76 fantasy points, but you know what I noticed? He can't throw deep in cold weather.
Yeah,
at all.
We should see his route. Let's see his route chart really quick. We could see that.
Oh, we can see his route chart technology.
By the way, we're using NFL Pro. Oh my gosh, this is the greatest fucking thing.
Look
at this. This is we should bring this chart.
One pass. There's over 30 yards.
There was one pass over 16 yards, and there's.
My bad. There's not one pass over 25 yards.
The only pass that was every attempt over 20 yards was incomplete. Whereas with Jordan Love, let's see what Jordan Love did. Jordan Love's been playing.
All passes were below 25-yard line.
Also, underrated story this entire NFL season. Every time Jordan Love takes the field, he's almost a 300-yard passer, 2 touchdown guy. He's been incredible. Nobody's talking about him for MVP. Jordan Love's been playing great, dude.
Yeah. Although he's playing really good.
No, not really good. He's been playing great. He's been winning games.
When it started snowing the Packer game, I immediately knew, this Packers are winning this game. because dude, the Dolphins are not beating the allegations that they can't play in cold weather. They are not beating those allegations at all.
Yeah, like. Yeah, and also this is another thing too. Like Jordan Love's sack rate is like he's second lowest in the league in the sack rate. Like he's just not getting sacked. Like the fact that he was even injured is kind of weird. Yeah, I really like what I see out of the Packers at home. They're going to be tough if they can figure out a way to get a few home playoff games. They're going to be tough to beat, dude. They're going to be really tough to beat.
Yeah, dude.
They're gonna. I think the Packers could probably get the advantage over the Eagles.
And Dolphins got a glass chin, dude.
Yeah, they can't go north.
They can't go north. And, dude, again, they're fast. They're like the Ferrari. They're fast, but if I need to load something or pull something, I'm not calling the Ferrari.
Their team is built to build wins at Miami. That's what their team's built. Their team's built to win games in domes and at Miami. Well, this is no wonder why some of these owners want domes for these teams because it's like, oh, well, what about Miami traveling to Green Bay? It's like, yeah, it's an advantage. Yeah, of course it is. Absolutely it is. Packers, do you think the Packers are going to want to get rid of that?
Yeah,
no way.
It's an advantage at home.
Yeah, no way. I saw. Well, they were saying that with the Buffalo game on Sunday Night Football.
The problem is such a vibe though with the snow games.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. The NFL can't get rid of the snow games.
Yeah, the fans love the snow games.
Yeah, they don't. I don't give a shit.
And I think the players love the snow games too.
All right. Anyway, now pontificating about the
now let's get to a rant.
Thanksgiving games were just. All right.
Now let's get to a rant. This is a rant game.
So on Black Friday, we had the Raiders playing the Chiefs at first of all at 3 p.m. This is such a weirdly timed game. This game ending was bullshit. Okay, so the score was 17-19. Yep. So full disclosure, I was Black Friday shopping today. I didn't really pay attention to this game because I knew the Chiefs were gonna win. Like did we even really? Oh no! Like well, look, they were minus 13. We both picked the Kansas City Chiefs. We just knew
it was the Raiders. I mean.
We just knew.
If it was anybody but the Raiders, okay. First off, Brock Bowers is the get for the Raiders. He's a Raiders star going forward.
He's third in the league in receiving yards.
He's good.
He's generational. No, he's not good. He's generational.
He's sensational. I'm pissed he went to the Raiders. I'm just happy the Raiders just don't know how to do anything right. That's the only caveat.
I hate to say it, man. I think everybody in the AFC West won the draft, dude. Everybody won. Yeah, I don't think there was one pick that whiffed in the AFC West draft.
Did the Chiefs even have a first round pick?
Yeah, they did. I don't remember.
They won a Super Bowl, so I don't
even remember who it was.
No, I think they traded down.
Remember? No, Xavier Worthy.
Oh right, they traded up.
Yeah, what am I saying? It's Xavier Worthy.
Oh yeah, they traded up. I forgot.
With the Bills.
No, I forgot. Yeah, they traded out of that pick because I think Leggett went to the Carolina Panthers. That was the last pick.
Xavier Worthy hasn't really contributed, but to be honest, he needs to bulk up a little bit. He's too slight.
Worthy?
Yeah, Worthy's way too slight. He injured his elbow because I'm like, dude, this guy's like 120 pounds soaking wet.
Well, it's not just that too. Like when he's on the borders, like he always steps out for some reason. He makes these long passes, but it doesn't matter anymore because he stepped out.
It's okay. He's learning.
I think that's a college thing too.
He can't have Rashee Rice's volume. I think that's what Kansas City's offense is missing. They're missing the Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice could get like 10 targets and like take it get 100 yards.
Yeah, Xavier's the guy you just throw it to in the deep end or just throw it in the deep of the zone.
Well, there's a reason why they traded for DeAndre Hopkins. They needed somebody that could soak up targets, and Xavier Woods is not that guy right now. But okay, anyway, the real meat and potatoes of Chiefs Raiders.
Okay, the very end, the Raiders are about to make another drive. Jackson Powers Johnson snaps the ball. Nobody's aware of this, and then the ref blows the play dead. Chiefs player falls on the ball, so everybody's thinking, oh, it's to be a false start. They get the ball back, and nope. Turns out it's like illegal. I think it was illegal shift offense. Chiefs get the ball back. Chiefs win the game. Even though the ref already blew the play dead, calling it a false start. He's running off the field, waving his hands. No one's on the ball yet, so he's blowing the play dead. Nobody's on the ball yet. And the Chiefs player lands on the ball and they switch the penalty.
Yeah.
This is why, I'm hesitant to pick the Chargers against the Chiefs this weekend. I'm hesitant to pick the Broncos against the Chiefs. I think the Broncos can beat the Chiefs. I think the Chargers can beat the Chiefs.
No, the Broncos beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs got lucky.
The field goal.
The Chiefs got lucky off of a blown formation. No, that was okay. The Broncos had a blown formation. Okay, that's a lucky play. The Broncos absolutely should have won that game.
And then you got kicked off.
They did everything possible. I think the Broncos will smack them next time. I think they're going to smack them.
I think the Chargers could beat them Sunday, depending on what happens to their offense. But we get to that later.
Okay, this is one thing I've noticed about the Chiefs. They are not a tough football team at all. Their defense is physical. Their offense is bad.
They're the best situational football team, though. I will say that.
Of course, no, of course. There's no way you can. You can't say it. There's no. They're 11-1, and they win off of last game winning plays. They know how to win games. There's obviously you got to give them that respect.
But at some point, it's gonna run out.
But if you can win the game in the first 3 quarters, you win the game in the first 3 quarters, and you just run the ball the fourth quarter and just get out of there. Because the thing about the Chiefs, you have to survive them. That's the worst part about the Chiefs. You have to survive them.
Yeah. Well, they've lost barely. They only won barely against the Panthers and the Raiders.
Oh, every single one of their games has been a close game. Every single one of their
games. It's so maddening.
Yeah.
Except for the Bills. The Bills are the only one who got away from them.
And this is the one game though where I'm like, does the NFL freaking hates the Raiders? I have talked to Raiders fans. They are probably some of the most loyal fan bases. Oh my god, every single one of them thinks that the NFL's out to get the Raiders. Every single one of them. Every single one of them I've talked to is like, yeah. They despise the Raiders.
I would say this: that the league is not beating the allegations that this doesn't feel rigged.
They are not beating the allegations. It's 100% correct.
Yeah, like they're not
especially when it's a penalty that shouldn't have switched possessions.
Yeah,
like that's a penalty.
Like that's a false
start.
The
play was dead. So that's like okay. So that's like if I went to go score a touchdown off of a blown play that was dead on the. So okay, so this is the exact opposite of like any time like. A defense player returns the play for a touchdown. They whistle the play dead, and the progress is stopped at the fumble. So all of those plays should have been touchdowns. Is what you're saying?
Dude, yeah, no, it was a bad call by the ref.
I think we actually
the Raiders were almost at field goal range.
I believe
they had 1 or 2 timeouts left.
I believe that the NFL should actually look into the whistle. I think they should actually look see when you whistle the play's dead.
You should look at the refs.
According to who? So is the play dead for the side official, or is the play dead for the umpires? The play dead, like who's calling the shots is what needs to happen. They need to review.
There should
every single thing of it. There has been so many officiating problems this year. There's been so many missed penalties and blown calls.
It doesn't make any sense too. We have the camera. We have like cameras. We can see it from every angle what the penalty was. So I mean, you should be able to like challenge the ref.
Yeah, I think you should be able to challenge. I agree with some coaches. Like you should be able to challenge every play, even penalties. Which is like yes, yeah, absolutely should be challenged. Yes, because imagine if the Raiders could be able to challenge that, it would have been Raiders' ball. They would have had a shot. They would have shot a field goal. They could have won that game.
Well, I know, like there was
how many games are like this for the Chiefs? It happens all the time for them.
Well, not even like I'll give you an example like college recently. So Tubner, the safety from Boise State. He had a helmet to helmet. He got ejected for that game, and they just came back and said, "Oh yeah, it wasn't a penalty."
Great.
Thanks. Great. You ejected him for a game. Great, thanks. Now it's not a penalty. Great. Thanks for confirming that after the game was already over. Thankfully, we won. But no, it's like that. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, that wasn't a flag. Okay, well, I wish
it's getting worse, man. It's getting worse. It's becoming ref ball.
You
gotta love ref ball. Ref ball is the worst kind of football possible. You can't over officiate a game.
But here's the thing: like I understand refs too, because it's like, okay, you have a shitty job. Like you're not gonna make anybody happy regardless. There's gonna be the fans like, oh, that's a terrible call. You have teams like, oh, that's a terrible call. Oh, that's a
okay.
call.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes that's fine, but when it's a game changing play that literally can't be challenged because of arbitrary rules. Why in the hell can you challenge something in the last 2 seconds, in the last 2 minutes of the game?
Well, here's the thing,
why can't you challenge the officials ruling on the field?
Well, it would make more sense if like you could do it when we didn't have cameras. We could see from every angle. That's what I was saying to my point earlier. Like we could.
Yeah, officials made sense in 1938. Yeah, that's when they made sense. Yeah, well, in 2024, it makes no sense. Everybody can see the foul.
Well, no, I understand this. Like, you need a presence on the field that's like saying, "Hey, you can't do that." Like, all players will be throwing fists at each other.
Regardless, guys, don't pick against the Chiefs this year. If you want to go money lines, don't do it.
I'm not doing it. I can't do it anymore.
Take the cover. The cover is pretty safe. They were minus 13. They were minus 13, and they won by 2 points. Like if the cover is good, like if you want to pick the opposite team for a cover,
I mean Ohio State was minus 20 at home. I mean,
do not pick against Kansas City Chiefs money line. Just don't do it. You are going to lose. It's that hit 11 times. I bet on them. I bet on their money line every single week this year, and it's been filling in the gaps.
Yeah,
it's been filling in the gaps. I hate doing it. I hate doing it. I don't want to pick the Chiefs. I don't want to pick them either. I hate doing it.
I might have to do it this week though.
But man, okay, let's go on to the Sunday slate. So we got the Sunday slate. We got the Chargers winning 17-13. Yeah, I'm tired of talking about them. They suck. The
Raiders or the Chiefs?
No, I just hate that whenever they're going to talk about the Chiefs in like documentaries in history, they'll be like, "Oh, the historic 15-1 Chiefs, or the historic 14-3 Chiefs from the 2024 season." It's like, yeah, I was there. I lived it. They got so many BS wins they didn't deserve. Yeah. Yes. They would be like 4-9 like if the games didn't go their way.
They won by 2 points to the 2-10 Chiefs.
Dude, there was this stat that's like if teams didn't win their one possession games, Houston and Kansas City are like way down the list.
Yeah.
Like they suck. They would have sucked if they didn't win the one. Yeah. I mean, if they didn't, but the problem is that they did. So
here's the thing: Chiefs should be beating these teams handily.
Yeah. All right. Anyway. Yeah. Every other team's beating these teams handily except for the Chiefs. All right. Anyway. So we have the Chargers traveling to the Falcons and winning 17-13 on the road.
Okay, this was offensively. This game was not very fun to watch.
If you click on special teams gaffes, didn't Julio Nku miss a few?
No, I will say this: I love a defense. Look at I want to show you this. Look at the receiving yards for the Chargers. Look who caught all the passes.
Yeah, no, Lad McDunkey.
Yeah, and he might be out next game.
Yeah. It's clear that the Chargers are not investing in wide receivers. I think they view them as ancillary pieces to their offense.
Well, it's Jim Harbaugh, dude. I mean, remember when Jim Harbaugh was in the Niners? Who did he have? He had an old, Anquan Bolden and.
Not a lot happened in this game, man. Like not a lot of offense. The only thing that I would this is one of the shortest games of the year, wasn't it?
Oh, here another great fact. Kirk Cousins hasn't scored a touchdown in 3 or 4 games now.
He had 4 picks this game.
He had 4 picks. He had 4 picks against Chargers and a pick 6.
Are we talking about Penix might be starting?
He should be.
Okay, this is interesting to me because we were going back to we were talking about the draft earlier.
Yeah.
Should they have started Michael Penix?
They should probably think about doing it. They're 6-6.
Bo Nix is 8-5. Drake May has been looking good. Like all these rookie quarterbacks been looking good. Like
the Patriots got eliminated, but Drake May's looking good. Anthony Richardson looked good.
Well, I mean,
as best as he could.
We'll get to him. He's
an unpolished Cam Newton. I think
obviously, I think that this is one of the shortest games because apparently the Atlanta Falcons have just given up on Kirk Cousins' arm. They're like, all right, Bijan, just please go win us the game.
You know what the Chargers kind of remind me of right now? The Chargers are reminding me right now of the Chiefs, just completely depleted of talent, but they're just finding ways to win.
They remind me a lot of the Ravens. They built themselves to be the Ravens West because that's how they are. They have 4 running backs that all had carries, or at least 1 carry. You only had 1 wide receiver have over 5 targets.
Yeah,
that's prime Anquan Bolden, Michael Crabtree type stuff right there.
But that's always been who Harbaugh was. Harbaugh's he doesn't disvalue the wide receiver position. He always thought they were more luxuries than they were. Because again, he's a run the ball kind of guy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I mean, Atlanta is they literally are just like, all right, Bijan, please save us.
Kirk Cousins might be holding back Atlanta now.
Yeah, I think they should consider starting Penix.
Yeah,
to be honest.
That Chargers defense looking good. You should be scared next time you see us.
All right. Okay. Next on the list, I have Seattle at the New York. Okay, because we're gonna be jumping around the list here a little bit. So next, I have the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the New York Football Jets and winning 26-21.
I thought the Jets had this game in the first half. Not gonna lie.
You picked Seattle.
I did pick Seattle. Oh
yeah. I picked the Jets.
I thought the Jets had in the first half. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah, they look like they did. 21 points in the first quarter. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. They look solid. I don't know what else. I don't know what they did after that. This was kind of one of those games that you kind of put in the corner of your little multi-view and you kind of forget
check
about
in every
it.
now and then.
Yeah, I mean, Rodgers is done, dude. I'm sorry. If Rodgers isn't done, then the Jets are cursed. I can't decide. I can't decide if the Jets just cursed or is Aaron Rodgers bad. Because I don't look. He didn't play. I don't think he played terrible. Like they're deciding
No,
whether or
he's
not
not
to start him
playing
or not. Like, barely over 50%.
Not like the older Rodgers we've seen of old.
Yeah, but like, look, everyone else isn't playing particularly well. Like Brees Hall actually Brees Hall had a good game.
Braylon Allen had 11 yards.
I just don't. They don't have the coaching. I don't. The Jets just don't have the coaching staff.
Well, of course they don't have a coaching staff. They fired him mid-season.
I don't think they had a coaching staff before that.
When they were 1 win away from the East, by the way.
Can you imagine the Jets with Ben Johnson? I think they would be Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall.
Here's the thing. This
team would be lethal.
Oh, the 3-9. So their playoff hope.
They need
dashed.
What the Jets need is they need an offensive play caller that actually knows what he's doing. That's what they need. They need like a Sean Payton type of guy.
Well, they need somebody that's not gonna that Aaron's gonna like.
Exactly. Well, or at least Aaron respects, or someone at least Aaron respects.
I can see Aaron going to Tennessee. They're moving off to Tennessee.
I don't know. Jets are an interesting team because they've gone so all in to be the last seed. Where are they at in the draft, by the way?
They're 3-9. They have a chance to get the first overall pick.
Okay, you know we'll do draft talk at the end of this because I like draft talk. But yeah, I mean it's Seattle finds a way again. Geno Smith is looking better and better. I pick Seattle to win the West? I think I picked Seattle to win the West.
Yeah, you did, and they're leading the West.
I told you, like, dude, I told you this defense is looking solid. We had freaking Byron Murphy. Dude, I'm telling you, man, this Byron Murphy and Leonard Williams was such a great combo. Leonard Williams won them the game with that pick six.
Yeah,
93 yards. It was the second longest pick six by a guy weighing over 300 pounds ever, and that won him the game, which is wild. That's so wild that it's so wild how dysfunctional the Jets are. It doesn't really seem like they should be that dysfunctional. It seems like they have all the pieces possible, and they just don't want to put it all together. It's the Jets remind me of, remember that weird period with the Packers that like they were really bad. And Rodgers wasn't playing well.
Well, didn't he get hurt
this
season?
It was before he left Green Bay. But yeah, it was before he left Green Bay. That one weird season where he was like 2022, he wasn't playing well.
When he left Green Bay, you mean when he got
traded?
Achilles?
Yeah, we got traded. The year before. The year he got the year that he got traded. The Jets.
Oh, okay.
With the one where they thought he was done. I think the Packers might have had a point, to be honest. He doesn't.
Well, he just came off an MVP that year.
The year before.
Yeah, but then
dude, I don't know what happened to him, man. Maybe he shouldn't have taken the ayahuasca or something.
What happened was he contemplated retirement. When you start contemplating retirement, then that's when you start going, do we not play?
Yeah, and then he got
anymore.
injured.
And
he got injured. Very wrong.
He and the Jets ownership are at a standoff right now. So I don't think they're going. I think Rodgers. We're not seeing Rodgers.
Unfortunately, that's how A-Rod is, man. That's how he's been. That kind of attitude, that kind of a FU attitude, that kind of watch me attitude. That's what got him into the league. Yeah, and I think he can't separate that now.
Well, the thing is, he's 41 now.
Yeah, I think he needs to hang up the cleats. I think he's done. I think he should just say, you know what? I gave him my all. I won 4 MVPs.
Yeah, he has a ring.
Sorry I didn't win more championships. I'm sorry Green Bay didn't give me weapons or defense for me to win championships. My bad. That's kind of on that. It's kind of on Green. This is the thing that people are going to say about Aaron Rodgers. It was never his fault. It was Green Bay not giving him enough.
They never did.
Yeah, it's Green Bay, and now they're finally listening because they finally have a GM that actually knows a thing or two. Now they're finally giving him weapons, and now it's Rodgers is. I think Rodgers is a cautionary tale of maybe I don't know. We don't know behind the scenes. He's I don't know what the cautionary tale even is.
Well, he's got a documentary.
He's a cautionary tale.
There's a documentary that came out about him on Netflix now.
I don't know. I think he's one of the most fascinating people that ever entered the league. He's a fascinating individual.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Anyway, this was also kind of a mea culpa for Geno Smith because Geno Smith was a Jet.
Well, yeah, it was a revenge game for him.
It's so crazy to think that Geno Smith, the former Jet, full circle is now leading the NFC West.
Yeah.
And now Aaron Rodgers, how he was viewed back then, is now the opposite.
This just goes to show about ownership and coaching, bro.
And time is a flat circle, man. It all comes back around.
Well, Sam Darnold was a Jets quarterback, and he beat the Jets, didn't he?
Yeah. All comes back around. Anyway, we're talking too much about a team that doesn't matter. All right, next we have the Indianapolis Colts traveling to the New England Patriots and winning 25-24.
Colts playoff hopes are on life support.
No, they were one. Oh, before the Broncos Monday Night Football game, they're squarely in the hunt still. Yeah, I want to talk about Anthony Richardson a little bit because his stat line is, I mean, he's looking Jameis Winston by the day, dude.
He's just a party. Oh my goodness, dude. He got 109 passing yards.
Yeah, but look at he's in every stat line, dude. Literally every stat line he's in it, except maybe tackles. Actually, did he get a tackle? He might have got a tackle. Richardson. No, I don't see the Richardson. Yeah, he's. I mean, dude, he's Cam Newton.
Yeah,
he's Cam Newton.
This
stat line, perfect 50%. Not a lot of yards through the air. A lot of yards on the ground for a quarterback. Even split touchdown interception ratio.
How about Drake May, dude? He's looking good too.
Yeah.
He's looking better. He's looking better than Richardson.
Their offensive line's looking really good too.
Yeah, Richardson's just straight up raw talent that I don't think Shane Wright knows what to do with yet.
And the Patriots just don't have the weapons, man. They just don't have they need a receiver. I think they finally are starting to realize that they have a quarterback.
The other receivers aren't playing terrible.
It's not.
Hunter Henry's our top target.
Yeah, if your tight ends are top target, you don't have receivers. You don't have at least quality receivers.
Oh, Polk didn't do well this game either.
Yeah, and Patriots are just. I think Gerard Mann's
the
coach.
Patriot way is still there. They just have a long way to go. Does that make sense?
I think they have the coach. I think they have the coach. They have the quarterback.
They have the system. They have the ownership.
Now they just need weapons.
They do. They need to flat. They have to realize that Drake May's not going to be Brady.
And they have one of them. I think they're either number one or they're like top 5 in cap space. So I think they're going to be big spenders this offseason. They're going to be big spenders.
Again, it's just Gerard Mann just can't look at Drake May like he's Brady. Brady is just a different kind of player.
Yeah. All right, next I have the Minnesota Vikings Arizona traveling to the Minnesota Vikings and losing 23-22.
The NFC North is going to be a problem, bro.
Fascinating game. Sam Darnold decided that he was going to get over his Sam Darnoldisms, and I mean he ignited he ignited them down the way. Darnold was a man possessed on that last drive going into. Wait, did this game go into overtime?
Dude, look at the rushing yards for each of the running backs or for each of the rushers. 22, 22.
Did this game went into overtime, right? Yeah,
it was fourth quarter. No, it went to 4 quarters.
No, it was just 4 quarters. I can't remember if it went to overtime or not.
Yes, it's quarter 4 end game.
Sam Darnold, that last drive was just. I mean, he was ice cold.
Yeah, it's just
he was ice cold, dude.
It's just look, the Vikings are slowing down a little bit.
No, they're winning close games.
Yeah, but look at their yards. Look at their game. Look what they're getting.
I defy you on this. I think Kevin O'Connell might be one of the best play callers in the league for sure. Dude, he's great.
But look at the rushing yards, dude. Like, they barely got... Yikes.
They don't... It just seems like they don't really need that much. And it seems like...
Well, only 5 attempts, so, I mean...
And Brian Flores' defense is just flying around. I mean, everybody's in on tackles. Everybody's playing together. Vikings are a dangerous squad, man. I think they're going to be one of those teams... They remind me a lot of the 2017 Eagles.
The Cardinals just feel like they're still young. They're just still too young to, like they're blossoming, just not at a faster rate.
Marvin Harrison's just unguardable.
Marvin Harrison's good.
I know he went 12 for 5, but just wait. Yeah. Just wait. Like Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison, they're still trying to figure it out.
Well, Trey McBride's looking like Kyler Murray's favorite weapon.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're not calling. Well, if he went 12 for 96, so there's no big yardage here, so that means that they're not throwing the ball down the field a lot. I think they're more concerned about Brian Flores' defense playing. I mean, Vikings they just keep ripping off wins, man. You gotta watch out for them. They just keep ripping off wins, and I don't know why you picked against it. You picked Arizona, New England.
I thought they would win.
Yeah. All right.
Go. I mean, yeah. Anyway,
we don't. Vikings are dangerous, dude.
They're dangerous. The entire NFC North is dangerous. Except the Bears.
I feel like the Cardinals are starting to lose their luster a little bit.
The NFC West is losing its luster, dude. Have you seen that? Have you seen all the teams in that?
That is a mire, dude. That is the absolute mire of the NFL right now.
It's it's the league of mid right now.
Yeah, and I could totally see Seattle losing the next game, but we'll talk about
Cross that bridge will come to it.
Yeah. Next on the list, I have the Houston Texans travel to the Jaguars, winning 23-20.
Aziz Al-Shaair had a very nasty hit on
Trevor Lawrence and knocked him out of the game.
He just got suspended for 3 games. I'm not against that at all.
I think that's probably 3 games a little harsh. I think that the Jaguars. Dude.
The Jaguars are currently leading with the first overall pick right now.
I really thought that that Trevor Lawrence coming back was going to be like, all right, the Texans have been playing particularly great, and they didn't play particularly great. They are one and done team.
I am shocked Doug Peterson still has a job.
They're one and done in the playoffs. The Texans are going to lose to a playoff team for sure. If the Texans play the Broncos, they're fucked.
The Texans
play the Broncos. They're
you know what the Texans feel like?
Broncos gonna maul the Texans.
You know what the Texans feel like? They feel like a prototype of like a new device, but like, hey, it works once, but it's hard to keep it like working.
And then you dropped it.
Yeah, then you dropped it, and yeah, it's in like its testing phase. That makes sense. It's in its prototype phase. That's what this team's in. It's in like they're not in a rebuild, but they're like trying to figure out who they are. It feels like. Because I can't tell. Is this a running team? Is this a passing team? What is this?
CJ Stroud is the most algorithmic. It's so weird. He might have the most algorithmic stats ever, dude. Some days he throws 2 touchdowns.
Some days he throws 2 picks.
That's it. He has plenty of opportunity to throw 5 or 6 touchdowns if he really wanted to, but he's only gonna throw 2 today. And then Nico Collins gets open. Tank Dell gets Tank Dell. He disappeared this game. Joe Mixon obviously has a big stat line. It feels like their offense is like. It feels like there's like a lid on their potential.
Yeah.
They don't feel like they can score. They have enough juice to really. It feels like they have the weapons to do it. They just don't want to, for whatever reason. I think Bobby Slowick's offense is a little limited. I think it's limiting Stroud. I think Stroud should have more say. Honestly, I feel like Stroud should.
Yeah.
Stroud needs more say in the offense, to be honest.
I
don't know if he has full say in the offense. I don't know if their other offensive system works, but
Mac Jones didn't play bad.
McCorkle, yeah, he didn't, which might be a little shocking. I think.
Does Trevor Lawrence care about playing football?
I don't know. The Jaguars are just the biggest frustration, man. They just feel like they feel like a filler team. They feel like a filler team.
So disappointing. They have so many first round picks, first overall picks on that team, and it's like, how have you not figured this out yet?
They need Belichick.
They need a Belichick.
They need a ruthless coach. They need someone that's gonna look. Oh my God! Can you imagine how funny? Can you imagine how funny that'd be if McCorkle Jones plays for Bill Belichick after he hates?
No, you know what they need?
He hates Bill Belichick.
Well, remember the last time they were good? Like, who was the last time they were good? They had the head coach Coughlin, right?
Doug Marrone.
Doug Marrone.
Top Coughlin moved.
I'm sorry, are we boring you?
I'm sorry, folks. I'm really tired.
No, but what was I saying? Okay, they needed like a drill sergeant at the head coach. They need someone that says like, all right.
I have a great idea. Let's take a break really quick. Sorry to interrupt on this.
All right, folks. I guess we're taking a brief intermission.
Sorry, I need some water or something, dude.
Give me some too. Well, no, it's like they got a good team. I mean, they have a lot of first round picks. Not even first round picks. They have a lot of first overall picks on their team.
Yeah, well, one of them made a pretty big impact in this game. Trayvon Walker, he had a sack in this game.
Hines Allen, he's got a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, Josh Allen.
Like, no, there's a lot of great players on this team. Like Ronald Darby, he's not a bad player. Cisco, I like Cisco in college. They
need a coach. That's all they need. They really need a coach.
They need somebody who like wants, because that's the problem with Dougie P. Dougie P's he's oatmeal.
It's strange. In the same way, I feel like a quality head coach could fix the Jets. I feel like a quality coach could also fix the Jaguars with current roster. Well, no changes really.
It comes down to ownership too. Because here's the thing about City Khan. City Khan seems like he cares how the organization's run as long as you're winning.
Mm-hmm.
When that worked with the Chargers, I mean, when Tom Coughlin was with the Chargers, he just did whatever he wanted. Dean Smith didn't really care.
Yeah. All right, I don't want to talk about Jacksonville anymore. They suck. They stink. There's no the bottom tier teams this year are just finding the most creative ways to lose.
And the Texans do feel like a one loss team, like one and done team in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, I think if they play a wrong opponent, they're
If they play
definitely
the
done.
Chargers, I think they could lose.
No, if they play the Ravens, Steelers, or Broncos are done. Like I don't think they beat any of
I
them.
don't think they're beating the Chargers.
Well, we'll have to see who makes the playoffs. All right, next we got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to the Cincinnati Bengals, winning 44-38. Absolutely spectacular football game, if I do say so myself. Like absolutely fireworks. We both picked Pittsburgh. Just felt like the spread was just too much. Like -3 against Pittsburgh is just do a Joe Apparel. Russ is cooking.
He's cooking really well.
414 yards.
The Bengals are.
Win with that. I'm happy that Russ is playing well, dude.
He's doing pretty well.
I know Denver kind of shit canned him, but it seems to have worked out for us too. So
the Steelers look like the real deal. Have the Chiefs played the Steelers yet?
Did Denver play the Steelers yet?
No, have the Chiefs played the Steelers yet?
I think they play them on Christmas.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, I'm
taking Steelers on that game.
The
Steelers don't care who you are. They'll beat you up if they wanted to.
Well, we watched the episode of Nightcap and the Shannon Sharp roast. This is the only thing you need to know about the Bengals.
Yeah.
It's that they couldn't put it more succinctly than that.
Yeah, no,
like, they are just.
That's the weird thing.
Remember people kept taking them to win the Super Bowl this year?
I feel so
this
bad.
This shit was so fucking funny to me.
I feel so bad for Burrow and.
Zach Toe's toast.
Yeah, he needs to be done.
Zach Toe out.
They need a tougher coach or tougher head coach at the helm of this team.
Here's the weirdest thing. T. Higgins is gone.
Yeah, he's not.
You might as well just put him on IR and try and trade him. Oh well, make a sign and trade with the franchise tag. Trying to negotiate that now.
No, the Bengals are already making plans for the offseason at this point.
Yeah, they're booking their flights for Cancun.
They're one game away from a 9 loss, and they gotta play the Steelers again.
Yeah, let's just check the murderers row.
The
Bengals have a murderers row to end the year.
Also, the Steelers' defense is like, what the heck happened to them this year?
Okay, so
this game.
All right, so they play at Cowboys. They could probably kill the Cowboys. At Titans, probably could beat the Cowboys. Then the Browns. If how the Browns played at Monday Night Football, that's what they already lost the Browns. Actually, they didn't lose. They won.
The Bengals had a bad defense. You had a good defense though.
Well, and they played the Browns with Deshaun Watson. They didn't play the Browns with Jameis Winston. We'll get into him in a minute, dude. Wow.
Yeah.
And then they play the Broncos and at Steelers. Yeah. Okay, dude. Like this is.
Yeah.
For where the teams are at right now, currently standing, absolute murderer's row for the Bengals to try and make the playoffs. So I think they're toast. I don't think the players' hearts are in it either. So.
Well, why would they be?
Yeah.
Their season's pretty much over.
All right. Next we have I like Pittsburgh this year. They're a really good team.
Yeah, they might be spoilers for Super Bowl. Like I might pick them as a spoiler.
Yeah, they don't watch it. That stability works, man. This Pittsburgh Steelers, that stability, they just
been to Super Bowl.
They've been laying in wait. They've been waiting for their opportunity to get an actual quality quarterback, man. They've been just laying in wait. That was a move of the offseason, by the way.
Yeah.
But that ended up being great. To get Russ to play on a minimum contract, what a heist! They could spend money everywhere else on the roster. All right, next we have the Los Angeles Rams traveling to the New Orleans Saints and winning 21-14.
This game was a mixed bag for me.
Marcus Valdes-Scantling proven to be a top-tier option in this offense, even though he only had a touchdown.
Puka Nacua only had 56 yards. Great, thanks, Puka. Cooper Kupp had 17 yards?
No, that's rushing, dude.
Of receiving?
Oh, Cooper. Yeah, he only had 17 yards. Oh, wow. Actually, yeah. Yeah. Rams feel like they're making it harder on themselves than they actually could be. Saints are just...
The Saints feel like they're playing too hard for what...
Saints are in the same spot as the Bengals. What happened to them, man? They were so good at the start of the season, and it turns out they just played bad teams.
I'm looking at Derek Carr's stats right now, and he threw the ball a lot of times and only ended up with 184 yards, dude.
Yeah.
That means he was just thinking dunk the entire game.
I think the Saints are blowing it up. They feel like they're a blow-up candidate. I think they're just going to blow it up. I think Kamara's going to get traded. I think Carr's probably going to get cut.
Dude.
Yeah. I think there's gonna be a reckoning for the Saints. They're probably gonna try and keep the offensive line together, but a lot of the stuff's gonna change.
I don't know what The Rams just feel like they don't really care this year.
I don't buy that, dude. They're firmly in the hunt, bro. They're tied with the Cardinals.
I mean, yeah,
And they're over the Niners right now.
They're in the hunt for the NFC West. They're not in the hunt for wild card spot.
Well, the next 2 weeks.
I mean, technically they are, but you know what I mean.
Well, let's see if they win any winnable games. I think they. Let's see. They're Bills, then at Niners, at Jets, then Cardinals and Seahawks.
That's a rough. Like 2 games are winnable.
They can make it. I might have to put in a bet for them to make it. They can make it.
The Rams though in season.
Well, I don't know. The Rams are only getting.
They're losing next game. It's over next game. They're not winning next game against the Bills.
Okay, well then they're 6-7, but then they go on a 4-game win streak to end the year. They're playing They're at. Okay, yeah. Let me just show you again for the Rams stats. They're at Jets, at 49ers, who have not been playing well, by the way. Oh, they have not been playing well at all.
Niners, I don't even think the Niners are making playoffs at all.
And also, they beat the Niners this year at the Rams Stadium. So
by a field goal.
If they beat the Niners and they beat the Niners and the Cardinals, I think they have a great shot. Jets are probably win. So that's what. So that's
the Jets are.
So that's 6-7, 7-7, 8-7, 9-7. If they beat the Seahawks, they can win the West. The Seahawks are gonna have to just keep winning, man. If they want to make it.
Well, I know they could get in, but do you expect them to go that deep?
No.
This looks like the Rams look like a 1-and-done team.
No, I would only put in a wager for them to make the playoffs, not for them to win games. I don't think they're gonna win. I think they're not gonna win games. But if they make the playoffs.
And again, the Saints, you don't fire your head coach midseason and expect to make it to playoffs. Make it to playoffs like. So the Saints, they always said this come with the Saints.
All right, next we have probably game of the week. Actually no, probably one of my favorite games of Sunday. We had the Eagles traveling to the Ravens and winning 24-19.
The Eagles had this.
Jalen Carter absolutely body slammed Derrick Henry.
He did.
I mean, to be fair, Derrick Henry wasn't really moving forward that fast. So
Cooper DeJean bodied Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
He picked him up and threw him down. Did you see that?
Yeah. Philadelphia, they look legit. They look super. Them and the Eagles, the Eagles.
Once again, Nick Sirianni's ass is being covered by good players.
The Eagles and the Niners, or not the Niners, the Eagles and the Lions have been just by far the best teams this year. And I know the Chiefs are 11-1, but they've looked beatable. Whereas the Lions and the Eagles, they just every opportunity looks like they're just gonna pull it out.
Saquon is looking like he's gonna break the record if he keeps at the pace he's doing at right now.
Giants are fools. Giants are just fools.
We always knew that.
They're just fools. How many wins did Saquon legitimately buy them? I'm really actually wondering this now. How many wins did Saquon buy them instead of Daniel Jones?
Where do you think they would be right now if they didn't draft Daniel Jones?
Probably a lot better.
A lot better.
Probably a lot better spot. Who's drafting that Myles Garrett draft? Oh, the Lamar? Wait, well, the Myles Garrett was 2018, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. No, yeah, because remember, Myles Garrett was first overall.
The Myles Garrett Denzel Award. 2019.
You're thinking 2019. No, 2019 it was Kyler Murray.
Oh, so it was a 2018 draft then.
Yeah, 2018 draft.
Was it 2017?
2018 draft was Baker Mayfield got drafted first overall, remember?
Oh, it's 2017.
Yeah, 2017.
Nah, I don't think the Browns would take that back. But I think the Giants... who else was in that draft? 2017?
The Browns had 3 first-round picks that year.
Yeah. Yeah. And
about that.
Look where they're at. Look where they're at. Okay, anyway, we're talking about the Eagles and the Ravens, though. And Ravens don't. This is the weirdest thing about the Ravens. They don't feel fraudulent, but they keep making fraudulent games happen, and they keep proving themselves to be fraudulent. It's like
they beat the Chargers soundly.
The problem is they're not fraudulent though. They blew out the Bills.
They did.
We're 10-2. Yeah, they blew them out. Like they had no chance against them. Their front had no shot.
Well, here's the thing. What did I say? This is why the Bucks beat the Eagles every year.
Why, man? This might be a Super Bowl preview. That might have been a Super Bowl preview.
Karen, this is why the Bucks beat the Eagles every year. Who do they have that could stuff Derrick Henry?
Vita Vea, yeah,
Who do the Eagles have?
Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Yeah, it makes sense. If you get to invest in your D line, you have a quarterback that can win you games. A lot of good stuff can happen. Dude, I firmly believe that a first round pick should either be a quarterback or D tackle or an outstanding quarterback.
Well,
you should never spend a first round pick on a wideout.
It needs to be a D tackle like a Aaron Donald or a Ndamukong Suh level kind of talent D tackle.
Oh,
or Jalen Carter.
Yeah, of course. You should never you should never waste a pick, clearly. But if you ever had a pick, how did he fall to 14 in that draft?
I don't know, man.
Character concerns aside, you have a monster like that in your D line, you're gonna win games. I want my D tackles to be a little crazy, dude.
The Raiders passed on Jalen Carter.
I know, they dropped to Tyree Wilson, who doesn't even barely even plays for them. And it wasn't even, the problem was they weren't even using Jalen Carter enough. Think about that. If your problem is they're not using them enough instead of actually
yeah,
dude. It's the same thing with their secondary is outstanding.
Yeah,
Quinn and Big Q and Cooper DeJean, Quinton Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean.
I feel like
Quinton's finally learning that maybe he shouldn't try and be the all-star.
I have a question I'll throw out here. Is Harry Roseman a great GM or is he just not?
He might be the luckiest.
Well, yeah, because all these players follow him, and I would draft him too.
He's probably just the luckiest.
Because all the players he pick up, no brainer, I'd draft that guy too. You know what I mean? Oh, the player out of Georgia, the best team in college football, I'll draft that guy. Oh, Cooper DeJean, the best player on Iowa, I'll pick that guy. I just feel like he just picks no-brainer picks.
Yeah.
That's also frustrating, because it feels like this should be that easy.
All right, next we'll kind of gloss over this one, because this one was just an absolute smattering. Bills 35-10. Josh Allen's winning MVP.
He is.
Just
most likely.
Just,
the Niners are done.
With
McCaffrey's gonna be done for the year.
He had the very rare double touchdown where he threw it and caught it.
The Niners have a Super Bowl hangover real bad.
Yeah, oh man, this one was just even worse for them because I think the problem was the Niners. I've overestimated that their offensive talent hasn't aged. All their offensive talent's aged. All of their offensive talent. Everybody's talking about being elite players. It's a few years ago.
No, Debo's 29. Isn't Kittle
Trent Williams is 33. You think none of these guys are getting any younger. Kittle's 31. Yeah, think about that.
They're not terribly old, but they're not
And there was no Kittle in this game either.
Well, I did it too. Well, there's no Kittle, and now Jordan Mason's on IR. McCaffrey's gonna miss the rest of the year.
I'm not even hearing anything about Nick Bosa.
The Bosa brothers always get nicked for some reason. Not even just Nick. Joey himself, too, gets nicked a lot.
I don't know. If the Bills host a playoff game, it's revenge time against the Kansas City Chiefs. It's revenge.
No.
They're gonna kill them. If the Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs play each other again, the Bills are gonna kill them.
If the Chiefs make the Super Bowl, I'm never watching the NFL again. I'm gonna be so mad. We might cancel this show.
This is your Buffalo. This is it.
Yeah.
Quarterback's getting engaged to one of the biggest baddies in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He got engaged before this game.
Josh Allen's playing on an elite level.
You beat the Chiefs in the regular season. Guys,
finally.
The Bills are 10-2. Nothing's going wrong. It seems like everything's going right for them. Guys, it's all this is it. Time to break the curse, guys. You guys got to do it. No more 4 falls of Buffalo.
No more 5 falls of Buffalo.
This is it. It's put up or shut up time. I think if they play, I think the Bills' biggest trap game for them is the Ravens. That is the biggest trap game for them. Ravens would kill them.
I think
Ravens would just bludgeon them.
Here's the thing: if the Eagles play the Bills in Super Bowl, I think the Eagles could beat them.
I think the Bills would win that matchup.
So?
Actually, I think Josh Allen's just too talented. I think the thing with the Eagles is that I think the Eagles can contain talent enough to beat the Ravens because I think that the Ravens just aren't as multidimensional as the Bills. The problem is Josh Allen is so talented and he makes plays just happen.
Yeah. Lamar
Jackson can do that, but I think
Lamar game too. Remember that?
Yeah, I know. Lamar frustrates me because he's one of my favorite players. He's the number 1 QB this year. He's my quarterback on my sleeper team. I love Lamar Jackson, but when it just comes that next gear, man, it's you gotta turn up a little bit.
Well, you know what it is? For some reason, I noticed this during the Eagles game. Lamar just turns into a quarterback. He's not. With these big games, you never notice. He starts staying in the pocket more. He's not.
You're right. Up. He needs to play Lamar Jackson football instead of he needs to be Brady or he needs to be this. He needs to be himself a little bit more.
Well, I remember like watching this game. Like, click on his stats. I remember the one time he ran was at the last drive, and he ran for like 40 yards. Yeah, Lamar. See, longest run was a 39-yard run.
Like, he didn't play bad. Like this is the thing. This is the thing about Lamar
He didn't
Jackson.
play bad, but it's like,
why are you only getting 8 attempts, bro? You almost eclipsed Derrick Henry in yardage. Why are you only doing 8 attempts? Like you're like.
Well, it's weird. He plays too buttoned up for these big games. Like, he's like, all right, I gotta play my best. Gotta like, and I think he just overanalyzes. He's an overachiever. I don't mean that in a bad way. Does that make sense?
He is disciplined, which I appreciate that about Lamar. But Josh Allen is sometimes the most reckless guy ever, and he's fucking just. Yeah. And then the reckless guy is the guy that scored 2 touchdowns on the same play.
Yeah,
that's how he does it. Like, I think he's got to play one more of his reckless. I think it's worked up to this point, but at the end of the season, he needs to play one more abandoned.
Yeah,
that was the problem last year with the playoffs with Lamar Jackson in Kansas City. I feel like he played it too safe.
He buttons himself up too much. Yeah. He's like, dude, that's not who you are.
He played it too safe, and his receivers played it too loose.
Like, he doesn't play loose. He's like, just be yourself, Lamar. You don't have to, like...
He could win it. I think that's just so frustrating thing. He could win a Super Bowl. Like, it's in him. Like, I know it's in him. It just...
Oh, I think that's the thing. I think his greatest strength is biggest weakness, because he's an overachiever, so he's going to play it like, all right, I got to throw this game. I got to be perfect this.
Blessed with amazing physical gifts, and it's just... Just turn it up a little bit. Like sacrifice your body a little bit more, man. I know you're trying to stay healthy, and he's been doing a great job of that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Mobile quarterbacks.
Whenever he's healthy, he's the best quarterback in the league. Like I would fight anybody on this.
Yeah.
Outside of maybe Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, but it's like just watching Josh Allen play. It's like, okay, that's a guy that looks like I am gonna fucking win no matter what.
He takes risks.
Yeah.
Lamar needs to take risks.
Yeah.
He does take risks usually, but like when he takes these games, he's like, okay, I can't risk it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, Lamar. You got to risk it if you want to win. We skipped the Commanders-Titans game, by the way.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. There was nothing.
All right,
Will Levis gave us another great meme.
All right,
Commanders are still good. Yeah, Commanders are still really good. They're very the Commanders are very deep. Jay Nails just doing good Jay Nails things.
Did you just another game? Scroll up real quick.
No, we didn't. We talked about everybody.
Sure. Okay.
I don't know. I like Jay Daniels, but he's not seasoned enough.
He's a rookie.
He's not seasoned enough to beat Baltimore's.
He's a rookie.
He's not seasoned enough to beat the Baltimore's or the Chiefs or the Bills of the NFL. He's just not seasoned enough.
He's definitely up and coming though. His record's pretty good.
Yeah, he's.
But again, it's also
his
Titans,
processor is just he's brilliant.
But again, it's also the Titans,
he's a brilliant court. He's brilliant. I don't know why. Honestly, I'm hearing the calls. He should have been the first overall pick, man. I'm hearing the calls because Caleb Williams is playing like it.
Well, he also had a bad head coach.
He had a bad head coach, but that doesn't matter. Like, Dan Quinn was considered a bad head coach at one point.
True.
Anyway, let's talk about the coup de grace. Let's talk about the piece de resistance.
Take it easy. He played the Browns.
It was the most fun game of the week, though.
It was a typical
Jameis
Winston party game.
Had the Cleveland Browns traveling to the Denver Broncos. The Broncos winning 41-32. As a Broncos fan, seeing my Denver Broncos finally score 41 points in a game brought a big old smile to my face, man. About freaking time we actually could score more than 30 in a game, let alone 40. Like, thank God. Like, finally, those times are actually over.
I mean,
And it wasn't just our offense. It was the defense finally showing up after they got absolutely killed by Jameis Winston, of all people.
You got 2 pick sixes. That's the only reason you lost this game. Because Jameis threw 2 picks.
Okay, let's just get into the stats. Because Jameis Winston is dude.
Jameis, once again,
I have no words. I have nothing bad to say about Jameis Winston, man. What?
Jameis Winston, once again, a stats party.
I mean,
Jerry Jeudy had 235 yards and touchdown. Completely going off
he threw for 497 yards and 4 touchdowns against the number 1 defense in the country. Like, Denver's been suffocating people the entire year.
I think the other story we're missing here too is what happened to Nick Chubb.
He broke his leg, dude. He's done. His leg is he can't run it anymore.
It doesn't look like he has the same power as he used to.
Well, also Denver had a really stingy. Denver has a stingy run defense, and also I think they have some injuries on that offensive line for the Cleveland Browns. But bro, hats off to Jameis, bro. He played a hell of a game, man. He played a hell of a game. I just think that
Bo Nix didn't. Bo Nix played kind of.
No, Bo Nix 294 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Like, Myles Garrett was just all over the field for this
18
game,
for 35.
I know it might not show up. It might not show up in Dallas Garrett's stat line, but oh my god, dude! Like, yeah, he only had 4 total tackles, but dude, that guy was consistently getting pressure.
Defense gave a lot of points, but then
he was consistently getting all of his other guys one-on-ones. And the only time he's on a one-on-one, Bo Nix rushed the play and forced an interception.
You got a weak spot though on your offense though, because Jameis got on you on Will. I mean, you need Miller Moss.
No. Riley Moss. Thank you very much.
Miller Moss. No, Miller Moss is the quarterback for USC. That's why I keep getting mixed up.
Riley Moss, one of the top corners in the league, by the way.
He was
one of the best grades.
He was out, and Jerry Jeudy was
probably would have had the task of covering Jerry Jeudy this time. It's funny that you see the stat line, and Jerry Jeudy only had 20 yards against Pat Surtain whenever he's lined up against him. So, I mean, I guess, Jerry Jeudy's, we're going to whip him. He did. Yeah, I'll give him that. He whipped, but he didn't play the entire defense. He played Levi Wallace.
Look at Joe.
Levi Wallace, man.
Yeah, he's not
dude,
very,
you might be a cool guy in real life, bro, but
there's a reason you're back
bro, like, dog, you can't do shit like that, bro.
You
can't do shit like that.
He got coached twice.
He had 200 yards against him.
Yeah,
Jeudy just obliterated. He just obliterated him. Same thing with Elijah Moore. Every time he got it matched up on Elijah Moore, it was feast mode.
Look at Njoku's stat line: 17 targets for 9 catches.
Dude,
Jameis just threw a party, dude.
He found the open man, dude. He found the open man. The problem is that Jameis also found the open man. He found a wide open Cody Barton and a wide open Jaquan McMillan.
He threw 2 pick sixes.
I will say this, despite the fact that the defense gave up so many yardage and Levi Wallace is, like, look at this. If you are a cornerback and you lead the league in tackles, that means they're throwing it to you.
Did you guys get any sacks?
I mean, Jake Qualman also had 5 tackles, but he must have been clearing it up. Yeah, of course we had a few sacks. Jonathan Cooper and Nick Bonito, dude. I want to talk more about a little more about Nick Bonito. Nick Bonito might be the next Elvis Dumerville. You remember Elvis Dumerville?
Vaguely.
That guy was a dog. Nick Bonito was all over the field, man. I am so happy we have him. He was one of the picks that I was a little like trepidatious about them taking, but what a slam dunk of a pick, man. He has been great for Denver. They need to pay him immediately, especially since we have all this cap space. Like, lock down the defense, dude. Like, honestly, like, Denver's receivers can use some work, but at the same time, like, I think we should trust them out. Like, Marvin Mims had a 100-yard game. He had a 93-yard touchdown. Like, that really broke open the lead. Like, that saved us. If he didn't have that, we would have been toast. I think it's just I don't dread watching my team now. I don't think that they're just gonna lose games now. I feel like Sean Payton has been a great. I mean.
That's honestly where the glue comes together. You need a good head coach.
I am so happy we have Sean Payton and Bo Nix. I'm happy to have Jim
Harbaugh.
Like, I know Bo Nix didn't play particularly well, but I feel like those 2 interceptions were more of a case of Myles Garrett just being a game wrecker. And kudos to him for not letting him wreck the game, but those 2 interceptions were obviously rushed plays for him. Like he needs to see the field better a little bit. It was so funny. Like, Troy Aikman was like, "Oh, I think Bo Nix needs to see the field better," and then immediately like a 97-yard touchdown to Marvin Mims. It's like, shut up, Troy Aikman. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, Troy. Yeah. Anyway, I think that the hot hand approach of running back is fine. It's fine. I think Denver needs a real running back though.
Both the teams are in playoffs.
Yeah, and Denver's clear in the playoffs. So
it's a good day if you're a West.
Yeah. I think we let's go over the playoff. Let's go over the playoff picture for all these teams.
Picture. NFL playoff pictures. NFL.
Yeah. So as it currently stands right now, if we can load this really quick.
Please hit that subscribe button. Punch the screen. I hit it.
So as it currently stands, we have the Kansas City Chiefs being the 1 seed again. Yawn. The Bills were the 1 seed last year, weren't they? Anyway, it feels like they've been at the top of the AFC for a long time. So Chiefs Bills are 1 and 2 for the current standing. The only people that could catch them are the Steelers, I think, realistically, because I don't know how many games. I don't know how many more games the Chiefs, the Bills are really going to realistically lose. Chiefs have a 1 game advantage over the Bills. Have 2 game advantage over the Steelers. More than likely, they're probably going to be 2.
Well,
or one. I don't know. They could be one or two.
The Chiefs could still lose the 1 seed.
They could, but
They'd have to like lose it. What are the Chiefs' schedule? They could lose. They're not playing great. That's the thing. Like somebody's got to punch this team in the mouth, dude.
yeah, I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna probably if they split their last 4 games, they're still gonna be one of the top seeds in the West or one of the top seeds in the AFC. So anyway, then we got this. Then we got a 3rd seed. We have the Steelers, the Texans, the Chargers, the Ravens, and the Broncos have a 72% chance to make the AFC playoff picture.
The Chargers
and I
favorability
didn't choose them. Is that a sign of me being superstitious? Maybe I never picked the Broncos to make the playoffs, and they make the playoffs every year. I don't pick them.
Oh, we're on bye week coming up too.
Hopefully,
that's a good time to have a bye week too.
Bye week is this week. Bye week is this week.
That's a good time to have a bye week.
That's why I'm.
Get everybody healthy.
Yeah, that win was a big win. That was a big deal. The fact that we didn't blow that game was a big deal for me.
Will he get Riley Moss back after this week, or is he out for some time?
I don't know. And then for the NFC side, we have currently we have the Lions, the Eagles, the Seahawks, the Falcons, the Vikings, the Packers, and the Commanders. I would say the 2 teams that have zero threat and are contending for the 1 and 2 seeds are the Lions and the Eagles for sure. Absolutely, it's those teams. It's those 2. Like realistically, it's going to be those 2. I think those are going to be the NFC Championship representatives, followed by the Kansas City Chiefs and the Bills. I don't unless the Bills get upset or the Kansas City Chiefs get upset. If Kansas City plays Denver, I think okay. So let's go with some scenarios. So who's the teams that the Chiefs don't want to play? I think the Chiefs wouldn't want to play the Steelers, the Ravens, or the Broncos. I think they'd.
The Chiefs don't want to play any of those
teams, I think they would want to play the Texans or the Chargers. Or the Bills. I think they would want to play the Bills too.
Well, I think they would want to see either the Chargers or the Broncos. They've already played them every year.
They're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna see the Bills till the championship if they see them at all.
The Ravens.
So I think biggest threats for the Bills, I think, are the Ravens and probably the Broncos. But I think the Chargers probably are a good threat for them. I think the Steelers just can't compete.
I think all those teams could beat the Chiefs, dude. The Chiefs didn't look good.
Yeah. No, I don't think the Texans can.
They look like one other team, but their situational ball game, dude, it's just insane.
I think situationally, I think that they're still better than the Chargers. I think Broncos, like I said, it took all 60 minutes for the Chiefs to beat the Broncos.
It took all
60 minutes for them to beat the Ravens in the first game of the season.
It took them all 60 minutes to beat the Carolina Panthers. It took them all 60 minutes to beat the Raiders last game.
Yeah, but they still did it. That's the thing about the Chiefs. Is like they still figured out a way.
Barring some random ass officiating penalty.
Yeah. I think
I feel like the Lions are going all the way, dude. The Eagles are probably the biggest challenge, dude.
The biggest challenge for the Lions right now is the Vikings. Honestly, I think that's the biggest challenge right now because they could still lose the 1 seed. Imagine having having a playoff bye for the entire year and then losing it in like week 16, week 17 because you just lost focus.
Yeah, but the Eagles could take it too. Here and look, they're not that far behind either.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they can too. Lions have a much tougher schedule than either of these teams too.
Eagles are playing Carolina.
I think
next.
The teams so who are the teams that the Lions wouldn't want to face? I don't think the Lions would want to face the Packers in the playoffs.
Minnesota and Falcons are playing next.
I don't think the Packers would want to face either the division rivals in the playoffs. I don't think they'd. I think actually, I don't know though. That's the thing about the Lions though. The Lions are kind of into these kind of games though. They're kind of into it. They're kind of into like the big time matchups.
We could see this could be the last game we ever see of Kirk Cousins next week.
Yeah. Well, if
they're playing the Vikings.
It's gonna be the South is just the South's a mess. I think the South are one and done.
I think the Bucks are gonna.
South is absolutely one and done team.
I still think the Bucks are gonna probably sneak in there. The Bucks are playing the Raiders, and
the Bucks have the Bucks have a very easy schedule. That win against the Carolina Panthers. That's who we missed with Tampa and Carolina. You're right. We didn't talk about them at all.
I told you about that.
But we knew they're gonna win. Come on.
Yeah,
it's Carolina. Come on.
I mean, Buccaneers barely beat them.
Yeah, Yeah, after Baker Mayfield almost walked off injured, like.
Yeah.
Carolina. See, that's what I'm saying. There's a few teams in this league right now that you're just like, okay, Bills and Chiefs are probably gonna win because they're the best teams in the league. Yeah. Eagles, Lions, if they play whoever they play against, are probably gonna win.
Yeah, we're at the point of the season where
Ravens, Chargers, a little more of a coin flip. Seahawks, Vikings, more. Well, Vikings actually been pretty good.
Chargers and Ravens because both brothers play each other.
Yeah, dude. It's just. I think whoever gets the home field advantage from the NFC is gonna smack. I think it's.
I still think it's hard to beat the Lions, dude.
I don't know, dude.
I just think it's the Lions' year to lose.
Eagles are built to beat the Lions, though. That's the thing. They're built in the they're built well in the trenches. They're still healthy in the trenches.
You know what's really funny? Lions and Eagles. Who's the only loss that they've lost to? Baker Mayfield and the Bucs. That's the weird thing. The Lions are the only the Bucs. The Bucs are the only team to beat the Lions this year.
So
That's why I love the NFL, dude. It just none of it makes sense.
Broncos having a late bye week is huge. Same thing with the Commanders having a late bye week. That's also huge. Yeah. Ravens also having a late bye week is also massive too. Okay, so who would the matchups currently be? So the Broncos would play the Steelers. The Texans would play the Ravens. Ooh.
When I saw the Chargers would play the Texans.
No. Who would the Broncos play then? Oh, Broncos will play the Bill. Oh, Broncos will play the Bills. Let's go, baby. I think that would be the worst nightmare. That would be the worst matchup for the Bills.
We would get Ravens and Steelers.
That would be that would be the worst. The Bills would never want to play the Broncos.
We get a Steelers Ravens matchup again.
Yeah, it'd be Steelers Ravens. Oh, that'd be a good game. Texans Chargers. I think the Chargers should be praying to God that they play the Texans.
The thing is, they have Harbaugh. Having a head coach really changes your team, bro.
Tell me about it. Broncos are a playoff team. 3-8. Think about that. What did we say at the start of the year? I said I could see 3 AFC West teams in the playoffs. I didn't pick the Broncos because I'm a fucking idiot. I took the Bengals.
I like how the new ownership was like, just get a head coach. We're not doing this coordinator.
I should have taken the Broncos.
I like how the owners went, we're not doing this coordinator shit anymore. Just get a head coach.
Hey, you know what? At least you know what? At least we could stick to our picks instead of like, oh, I'm gonna change my pick mid-season because I was wrong.
Yeah.
No, fuck it. You're wrong, dude.
All right.
I'm happy I was wrong. I'm over the fucking moon. Like finally, see, it's a big deal when you finally have a freaking chance. You know.
Can't have a Chargers fan. Trust me, dude.
All right.
Well, we got the recap episode, everyone.
Yeah, I don't think Falcons are gonna make the playoffs. I think they're cooked.
I think they're cooked unless they put in Penix.
Yeah, I think Penix might save their season.
If that, dude. I mean, this is kind of late in the season to try to save it. We're in week 14.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens last few weeks.
All right,
everybody.
That's a recap.
See you there.
Have a good one.